politics. Now we read the Irish are running out of Ireland. The kids are coming here. The young are fleeing to, they're going to jobs in Spain. Where else are they going? It's a new wave of Irish. I always liked I hope the more of them come here. At least if we can have illegal aliens, let them be from Ireland for a while. At least I can understand them. Is it wrong? And I shouldn't have said that, but I said it anyway. Let me say it again. As long as we have illegal aliens, let them be from Ireland. At least I can understand them. In case you missed it. Now go into overdrive. Ooh, Michael Savage said, as long as they can be illegal aliens, let them be from Ireland, can understand them. Blah, blah, blah. This shows implications of racism. Blah, 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 blah. Insensitivity to people of Hispanic descent. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, shove it up your behind. See if I care. Shove it up your ears already. I hate all of you, you left-wing vermin. If it's up to me, I deport all of you. You want to get me angry? Go ahead. You think you're the only ones with anger? Wait till you see what happens when you incite the Tea Party people on the right wing. You'll find out what anger is very soon. Go ahead, play with us. Keep giving us those New York smirks. Keep it up. Keep smirking at us. You think this was something. You saw nothing yet what's coming in this country if you keep ripping us off and diminishing our stature. Go ahead, keep it up. See if I care what you write about me or what you say about me. I don't give a damn. Go to hell, all of you left-wing communist bastards. All of you, snooping on talk show hosts, sending it to Soros' front group, Media Matters. This is something right out of the ex-Soviet Union, and you're participating in it like you're superior. You're nothing. You're lower than roaches in an outhouse. You left-wingers are like roaches in an outhouse, looking for the droppings of human beings. You rats, you. You ought to be glad that I don't want to go into politics. You ought to be really glad that I never wanted to go into politics, because lo and behold, if I were ever in politics, I would investigate you till the last day on earth. I would start with Media Matters. Everyone in there, I'd investigate their income, where the money comes from, where the money went, why they pay no taxes. That's where I'd start. And I'd follow the trail. We know Soros funds it. We know it was them who sent sound bites of Michael Savage to England to get him banned in England. You Nazi rats, you. You left-wing Nazi rats. Half of you are children of Holocaust survivors. You rats. You've been on drugs so long, you don't even know you become the worst scum on the planet. Now, where did this come from, the rage? I was doing well, wasn't I? I was having a nice day. You never know when the storm is liable to break out on a calm sea. Keep pushing us. Keep pushing us. Keep calling the Tea Party people Nazis. Keep investigating conservatives who love America. Keep it up. You've seen nothing yet. You saw a tsunami at the ballot box. You've seen nothing what's coming in this country. You've seen nothing yet. This country defeated Hitler. It can defeat worms like you. This country defeated Hitler. It can defeat rats like you. You will be investigated. You will be defeated. Keep it up. Keep sneering. Keep smirking. Keep sniping. Keep it up. Keep provoking the middle class. Keep doing it. Keep it up. Just keep it up. Keep it up. Keep up the vitriol. Keep it up. Keep attacking us. Keep mocking us. Keep ridiculing us. Keep diminishing us. Keep spying on us. Keep it up. You're doing a very good job. You've seen nothing yet. Your day of retribution has not yet come. It will come. Mark my words, it will come. You have had a good long run now. Keep it up. I'll be right back.
Savage.
Texas, Tim, you're on the Savage Nation.
Hey, thanks, Mike, for having me on. I appreciate it. I say that, George Soros and people like him are behind this thing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're listening. Now, this thing about Soros, I've got to say this. Recently, Glenn Beck started to make a big deal about George Soros, but I've been talking about Soros for years. You got to understand, I am Glenn Beck's professor. And so that's okay that the student is copying what the professor has said and elaborating on it. But the fact is that I was onto Soros a long time before the guy with the blackboards. You know that.
Well, sure, yeah. A couple of your books, and I've been checking Soros out, and I got to say, every time I see you or anybody else say anything, I go check it for myself on the internet, some source like maybe George Soros saying it himself. And he said that he became hooked he used the word addicted to bringing down regimes and toppling their currencies. He's out of control. He's a megalomaniac, And I believe.
Well, let's not use that term. It's beyond megalomaniac. The man is a genius currency trader. He has computer programs that only he knows about. He almost broke the Bank of England. He almost broke the Bank of Malaysia. You know all of that, correct?
Yes, sir.
My suspicion is that, you write about it in Trickle Up Poverty, that it was he and friends in the MFA, Managed Funds Association, a group of hedge fund investors with whom Soros is affiliated. They lobbied SEC Chairman Cox to have all the rules changed so they could engineer a raid on U.S. markets to trigger a financial crisis that they foresaw could turn the election in favor of their '08 candidate, Barack Obama. And their strategy worked. It's on page 81 of Trickle Up Poverty. Have you read that in my book yet?
I can't. It's not in the book. It's not at Books A Million in Longview, Texas.
Well, I'm going to send you a free copy. But let me go a step further on Soros. Anytime anyone mentions George Soros, the ADL comes in and says it's anti-Semitism. Have you seen that have you seen that little follow-up? Anyone who dares criticize George Soros, suddenly the hearts and flowers come out, the violins start getting played. A poor Holocaust survivor, how dare us pick on a Jew? Have you seen that or not?
Yeah, yes, Michael. And I also saw him say out of his own mouth, nobody told me this, that he said he doesn't support Jerusalem. Yeah, he doesn't support Israel because they have enough supporters. That's basically what he said.
Yeah, right. Well, that should say an awful lot with regard to the issue of the Hebraic Association. But the ADL is a very questionable organization for a number of reasons. I want everyone listening to this show to know something. I wrote to the Anti-Defamation League months ago to help me with the ban in Britain. They never even answered my letter. And they have the nerve to protect this billionaire currency trader like he is the victim? You follow what I'm saying to you?
I agree.
They're a lobbying group like every other one of these pressure groups, and nothing different, and they're not sacrosanct. They go where the money is. So let me continue. So their strategy worked. In the end, some believe that George Soros and similarly minded financiers benefited in an extraordinary way while moving the country dangerously toward control by leftists. Despite this alleged manipulation of the marketplace, Soros is free and active today. While he's still denying his involvement in one of the greatest scandals in American history, that is when he's not crowing that he had a very good crisis, I'm wondering why there isn't an investigation into this matter. Now, it's interesting to me that Charlie Rangel is being investigated for ethics violations, and I'm sure that there are real reasons for doing so. But he's a small fish compared to a man of this stature and of this power. And you don't see any investigations of him? Or how about the former Treasury Secretary, Paulson? Why is his name never mentioned in any of this discussion of the meltdown of our economy that gave us Barack Obama?
Because they don't need to investigate them. They know that these guys are guilty. They don't want to.
Well, all right. You see the connect. Tim, stay in the line. I'm sending you. It's all on pages 80 to 83 of Trickle Up Poverty. Hundreds upon hundreds of minor players were involved in this fraud as well. Another member of the MFA is John Paulson, no relation to former Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson, one of the architects of the TARP bailout. Paulson saw the value of his hedge fund firm rise exponentially in '07 thanks to the rule changes that the MFA lobbied for. While he predicted the crash and the demise of Lehman Brothers and Wachovia, the real reasons he was able to realize huge profits from the financial meltdown were the rule changes that he took advantage of to line his pockets. Paulson, like Cox and Soros, is still plying his trade. In his case, as a hedge fund trader. He's still enjoying the billions of dollars in profits he made personally from participating in the attack on the American economy, reference number 4 in Trickle Up Poverty. So if you think I'm just throwing around brickbats, you're mistaken. This is a carefully researched book. The lawyers at my publisher read the statements before they were published. They checked my references. Every listener to this show owes it to themselves to know the facts. I understand it's Thanksgiving and you want to let go a little bit. I mean, we just had a victory. I understand that. But what good is a victory if it's a Pyrrhic victory? And believe me, it's a Pyrrhic victory if nothing comes of it. If all we get are the K Street boys from the Republican side all over again, and I'm afraid that's where we're going, then we're back to either the Sopranos or let's say a government written by the fellows who, the women and the ladies and men who wrote the Sopranos episodes, or the people who are now writing, directing, and producing a Boardwalk Empire. Because, I got to tell you something. When it first came out, Boardwalk Empire and HBO, remember we had a whole thing. I watched it twice. I didn't like it. I said that Buscemi was too weak for the part of the mayor. I thought it was too rigid. I said the sets are gorgeous. The costumes are beautiful, but the dialogue I thought was stilted. I must tell you that I now look forward to the episodes. They've actually gotten better because as we get into the character of the corrupt mayor who built it, one of the first mayors of Atlantic City, the totally corrupt one, in bed with all of the gangs and this and that. I said some of the lines are right out of today's political world. The writers are now finally hit their stride in this episode that I saw last night, where they say to him, "Why do you want him to be mayor?" And they said, "Because he's useful." Another line is, "Do you think only good men will run for the presidency? If only good men ran for the presidency, we'd have no one running." Things like that. Some of the lines were amazing. In fact, Bay, we'll see if you can dig up some of those lines for tomorrow on the Savage Nation. It's a real treat. 1-800-449-8255. I know you want to talk about the TSA. I'm not getting into it. I was the one who started it all. You know that. I started complaining about it a year ago. I complained about being strip searched 2 years ago. I complained about not flying 2 years ago. I told you I won't fly because the thugs were groping the crotch. I told you I didn't want to go anymore. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm like Lao Tzu. I don't care who gets the credit for it. Let everyone have fun with it. But on the other side, watch out what you wish for, as they say. What would you rather have? What would you rather have? Now that you see CAIR, that wonderful, superb example of American interests, the Council on Arab-American Relations, whatever they call themselves, saying that the holy Muslim women, the better, superior Muslim women, the clean, superior Muslim women must not be touched below the neck. But your dirty, filthy wife can be frisked in the crotch. Now, what do you want? You want someone going on dressed as a Muslim woman in a burqa with a bomb? I mean, let's get clear here. What do you want the government to do? I happen to have researched this whole issue of the TSA. And yes, it smells a little foul. Michael Chertoff, for example, is one of the principals in the company that supplies the machines, the X-ray machines. Did you know? Oh, you didn't know that. You don't remember the name Michael Chertoff? Remember Michael Chertoff? That thin, gaunt fellow who worked for Bush. I forget where was he? In the Justice Department? What did he do for Bush? Homeland Security, right. One of the first officials in the Department of Homeland Security under G.W. Bush. Well, it seems that he left government and he went into the airport screening business. And now he's got a good deal going here. He advised that the machine should be bought, left the government. Then he went into business with the machine company, and now the machines are everywhere, X-raying you. So, what else is new? You know what I'm saying? Many a boy made a good bundle by working for the government and then leaving. I mean, it's the road to riches. You go to work for the government, you come up with a policy that needs to be implemented, then you leave the government and you provide the service or the product that you implemented, that you said had to be implemented a day after you left. I mean, what could be better? In America, the streets are paved with gold. What do you think it meant? How else do you think fortunes are made? Honestly? Yes. In the case of the people I know, every one of them made it honestly. In the people you know, none of them make it honestly. That's why you become a communist leftist. Because they don't have the guts or the brains or the vision to make it honestly. So be careful what you wish for here. You don't want the machines and you don't want groping. What do you want, a Muslim terrorist to walk on a plane with a bomb in his underwear again? I mean, let's be clear here. What do you want? How much security do you want? How would you advise doing it? Well, I saw an email this morning about it. I think it was in a sort of a comedic suggestion, but I don't know. The Israelis could be doing it for all I know. It said the Israelis have a new method of screening passengers that requires neither X-rays nor lewd groping by perverts dressed up in costumes called security officers. And it consists of a lead-lined, bomb-proof chamber that everyone must go through. No X-rays in the chamber, but it detects explosives. And upon detection, it detonates them. It says, therefore, if someone tries to board a plane with any explosives of any kind, in any liquid, whatever, it goes off and kills them inside the lead-lined chamber. And then there's an announcement over the PSA which says, there is now a seat available on the flight from Tel Aviv to Brussels. I'll be right back.
Savage.